Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to the next episode of Genre Makers. And today I want to talk to you about a genre that I don't think I've gone into too much on the channel, and that's board games. Now, this is kind of an interesting genre that's honestly been around for quite some time in one way or another. Most consider Anticipation to be one of the first video game interpretations of a board game. Anticipation itself was made by Rare and took elements from a few games, most notably Pictionary and Trivial Pursuit. However, that isn't the one that we actually want to talk about today. No, today we want to talk about a game known as Mario Party. I know it sounds odd to consider this a genre-defining game, but in a way it is, and a long-running one at that. So if you have a minute, sit back and hang out as we take a look at the early entries into this series, other games that may have inspired, and how it's commonly received. So with all that said, I hope you're ready with a snack and a drink, because here we go! Mario Party itself launched in 1999 on Nintendo's N64 console. This is really no surprise given that this iteration of Nintendo's hardware came with 4 ports for controllers, and was, at least in my mind, designed from the ground up with multiplayer gaming in mind, and as such had a number of games that utilized it, from Mario Kart 64 to GoldenEye all the way to Mario Party itself. It, like many of Nintendo's popular multiplayer IPs, was designed to be fun on its own, but really shined when you had more players involved. Mario Party itself especially leaned into this aspect, in part due to its design more akin to a board game. However, unlike board games, it brought something all its own to the table that made it more interactive as to the video game it was rather than a standard board game. Rather than just rolling dice and moving places, there were other games involved. These games are multiplayer party games designed to pit each character against each other, or sometimes 3 players against a single player. The winner or winners would gain a number of coins. The object, of course, was to accumulate enough coins and become the superstar. It's an easy and simple premise that makes it the kind of game that you can easily pick up and play a few rounds of, or hand the controller to anyone, even if they've never played a video game before. This has been one of the greatest strengths of the series itself, playing enough like a standard board game that almost anyone can understand it at a glance. On top of that, it's easy enough to understand the minigames, making it, like many Nintendo games above all, accessible. This would spin off multiple sequels to the popular title, ranging across pretty much every Nintendo console since the original launch. Other systems would follow suit with games like Fusion Frenzy and Sega Superstars. However, nothing else quite caught on like Nintendo's own Mario Party. Something about the way Nintendo treats its own IPs often elevates simple games and basic ideas in ways that make them last and work when, on paper, it seems like they wouldn't or shouldn't. However, what do you guys think of this one? Are any of you a fan of board games made into video games? Have any of you ever messed with Mario Party? And if so, which ones did you play? Would you guys like to see other console makers or developers take a crack at this one again? Let me know in the comments. While you're there, if you don't mind, please leave this video a like. And if you see more of my stuff you like, consider following the channel. That actually helps me out a ton. Till we meet again though, have a great rest of your day, and happy gaming.